Well, welcome everybody to another new month of racing here at the Midwest Days of Thunder. The Xfinity series running tonight on Monday nights, as we always do. Running at Rockingham Speedway tonight, a little throwback of sorts. We're going to see some cool throwback paints, some good old classic short track racing action. Well, welcome everybody this to is an afternoon race of racing so here at the track temps maybe a little warm for these guys out here, but it's also a cutoff race tonight. End of round one of the playoffs, which we'll lose 4 drivers below that cut line tonight as we get finished up tonight. But I'm Alan English. Joining me up in the booth tonight is Gary Sack. How you doing, Gary?
I'm doing pretty good. I always like running races at Rockingham if we can get some good green flag action. I'm sure we'll see some pretty good racing here tonight.
And down there on the pit road and helping us do analysis is Adam Turner. Adam, don't you just love this kind of nostalgic roots racing when we go back to it?
Yeah, it's almost like your local short track. It's a mile long. We got 130 laps. How many miles is that in Louisiana?
I have to take my shoes off.
So
130.
There you go. 130 laps, so it should go by pretty quick if they can keep it clean. 0 fast repair. 65% fuel, unlimited tires. It is hot on the track, about 91 last I checked. But there's about, I'm thinking, 18 to 20 guys here. And this is for a cutoff race. Here's what I'm expecting. Davey Hendricks and Francisco Villarreal battling all night. So seems to be the theme of the last few races.
Yeah, that has been kind of par for the course here late in the season. Those two up front just dogging it out the whole race. Hopefully we get some other action on the track as well. And yeah, you talk about keeping it clean. I mean, it's hard to do at a short track. This track is not super wide. But I think the no fast repairs that this division went to this season probably kind of does help keep things a little cleaner. Not only that, a little bit lower car count this week. So a combination of factors that may help kind of keep us under green for a while, hopefully tonight.
Yeah, and this is one of the tracks that you will have to get on the brakes a lot. This is a real driver's track. This is where we'll see a lot of the guys who are good at short tracks and intermediates will prevail here because it's a mix of both.
Yeah, no, it's going to be the drivers are going to win out here for sure. The guys that have the best skills, I think we'll see, in the top 5 here tonight. Because it's a battle that you're going to lose some tires pretty quick, and you're just going to have to save them as best you can. 65% fuel, so we'll have to figure out what the fuel window is here. But
so out there so far with the fastest time, not by much, but the driver of the 23, pretty hot lap there.
And he was in the mix last week as well, so put his name on the list with Francisco and Davey.
As soon as I can find the little slide that has the playoff stuff on it, let's see here. A graphic. It's probably buried in the chat somewhere that had who was projected around the cut line.
I can send you something here in.
Yeah, man, if you would.
Broadcasting notes.
I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, and then, this is the cutoff line. And next week, we're going to be at Daytona Road Course. Oh, dear God. That's going to make a whole other type of racing. And then Bristol. So they're hitting a little bit of everything here in their round of 16 playoffs at Midwest Days of Thunder Xfinity Series.
Steven's joining us. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, what do the fans got to say out there? Anybody listening, watching,
Yeah, we got a couple
predicting?
folks. We got Zach and Earl and Isaac over on the YouTube, and ready to get this thing going. Yeah, 17 drivers out there tonight as the pace car
It's a decent amount of
sits in
cars
the.
for a track like this.
Yeah, I mean that's a good total for a 130 lap feature.
Go ahead
What?
and check in our broadcasting channel. I sent you the standings and stuff.
All right, appreciate it. Well, Turner, let's say we go down through the starting lineup here as the cars are starting to grid over there on the tri-oval.
All right.
23 of Josh Grosso is going to be your pole sitter tonight, and starting outside of him, Francisco Villarreal in the 24 Darrell Waltrip throwback machine. 23 of Grosso running an old, well, a lot of people ran that Valvoline paint scheme. Many guys ran it. I think Mark Martin was one of the last guys to run that. Anyway, then row 2, you got Isaac Wilson and Davey Hendricks. Row number 3 is going to be Tim Harmon and Eric Warman. Row number 4 is going to be the 88 of Rob Nickel on the inside, Stephen Davis in the 85 on the outside. And rounding out your top 10 be Thomas Stanley on the inside in the 7 machine and Matt Spires in that Miller machine on the outside of row 5.
And you have a 69 on Michael Gervey in 11th, 42 Angel Hernandez 12th, 92 at Greg Klein in that fat guy's car. We talk about that a lot in 13th. Number 6 at Tony Fry, 14th. Number 1 at Jason Ricketts, sitting there 15th. 56 at Joe Archer, the chicken man from Canada, 16th. And the 32 of Michael Giberson in 17th.
So here we go. Pace car is rolling. Matt Forns, the race control admin, giving some final instructions out there on the radio for the guys. I'm still trying to find the channel here. Broadcast general? I don't see anything in there. I can't find this stuff, Gary.
Let me fix
it.
it.
Can't find it. Can't find it. Don't get the old man cranky, Gary. He's got to have it.
Should be able to see it
I
now.
don't know where the heck it is.
I don't see it either. I
Oh,
don't.
well.
No, it's
Should be
under
able to see
notes.
it.
Just put the notes in. Look at you.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that channel existed. Sweet. There's the slide I was looking for. It's not up to date though, so I'm not going to talk about it.
Well, you do whatever you want. There, car's off.
All right, pace cars off. Here we go. Green flags in the air for throwback night here at Rockingham. 24 to 23. Pretty even start to the race here. No driver with the advantage, you could say, but shorter's always better, it seems like. Looks like the 23 is going to go ahead and give the position to Francisco as he dives in behind the 24 machine. Davey Hendricks right on Grosso's back door. A lot of single file so far. Everybody being pretty patient. Looked at a wall scrape looked like there maybe from Davey. If it wasn't, it was really close.
And
Yeah, go ahead, Gary.
That's something with this track that you'll see a lot of tonight is if you can't back the car down enough to get to the inside on the corner, you will get a little bit of wall scraping tonight.
Well, looks like the top 7 have just kind of gone away a little bit from the track here. Now the rest of the guys, but I think they'll come back to earth here as the tire wear, and the guys behind them kind of catch up, kind of get the feel of the track. It's still super early. Get those tires warmed up.
Drivers we talked to here lately Most of them try to kind of get themselves set up for a long run car, you know. Go ahead, Gary, what you got?
I was gonna say we did have a little bit of battling towards the back for 8th. Tony Fry's looking to the inside of Angel Hernandez right now, but I believe Angel's gonna get to the inside of Matt Spires first.
Angel, of course, running that iconic old Mark Martin Winn-Dixie theme. I love it when the throwback weeks come and we get to see some cool old paint jobs we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, it's always fun. Joe Archer's got a cool paint. He's sitting there in 13th right now. Something about the
Yeah.
Canadian driver that won the most NASCAR.
Earl Ross.
There you go.
Earl Ross won 26 Cup races, and he died back in 2014, I believe. Very successful driver back in the 70s. He was from Ontario, somewhere in Ontario.
Yeah, that's just somewhere in Canada. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that like that's like the big state, right? Like
Yeah. It's
one of the
call 'em-
states.
call them provinces, or
Grosso's gaining a little bit of ground there on Francisco, but Francisco seems to be holding him off at the moment.
well, he's just keeping the pressure there. You know, that's something you can always do to kind of wear your opponent down. You know, ride right behind him, let him know that you're still there. Stay right there in his mirror. Just wait for him to make a mistake. You know.
Joe Archer came down. I don't know what happened with his car, but he's heading into the pits. Had a little damage to the back of it.
I'm not too sure what happened there. I know Tony Fry so far has your fastest lap of the race, I believe. No, Joshua Grosso does with a 24.532.
Faster than his qualifying time by about 600ths. Cars are coming to him now. We're 10 laps in.
Now Michael Gerby just hit the wall. He's fine though. Dented it up a little bit.
Yeah, really looking forward to them refurbishing this track and opening it back up for some NASCAR racing.
When was the last time they raced here?
You would ask me that.
I'm gonna have to use the Googler.
Yep, use the Googler and let me know. It hadn't been too many years ago. Probably early 2000s, I would think. Doesn't seem that really all that long ago, at least not to me.
Yeah, I don't think it is that long, really, either.
Because I know that they're doing the best they can right now to get some money invested into North Wilkesboro and Rockingham. Get those facilities up to date. Get back to doing some stock car racing there. Sorry about the noise. I roughed up my microphone there for a second.
It's all good.
I always see the 7 making a pass on the 88 for position. It's for 11th, I believe, or 12th.
Jason Ricketts went by the 88 or 32, it looks like, for position. And Tim Harmon's trying to find his way around Isaac Wilson at the moment.
Tim Harmon, of course, he's run that paint scheme quite a bit. It's kind of a throwback to Dale Sr.'s old Wrangler paint scheme that he ran in the late 70s.
Harmon about put the bumper to Isaac. Almost. It looked like.
Trying to cross him over, but not gonna make it. The 85 has cool paint. It's not a throwback, but the Prestige Worldwide number 85 Camaro. Very cool.
That was from a movie, right?
Yes, sir.
Step Brothers. Well, I tried to do some research. I think somewhere around 07. They quit racing. Right. Then they raced some ARCA and trucks there, and now they're trying to bring it back from the grave.
Isaac doing a little crossover on Sear Davis. Oh, he almost put Sear Davis in the wall. Angel Hernandez is going to capitalize and drive right by them on the bottom.
Ooh, I'd like to see a fight. That'd be cool. Look at that Outback car. They're acting a little aggressive right now.
Yeah, and I believe that Outback car was driven by Jeff Gordon a while back.
Well,
so Isaac's throwing back to Jeff Gordon.
Grand National car, yep.
Stephen Davis looks like he passed Isaac Wilson back there. Greg Klein's running a little bit behind him. I think Greg's just having fun, you know. He's a Cup driver, so he's just enjoying his night here. Talk about Midwest Days of Thunder, progressive league. So you join the league, you start in ARCA. Ooh, Spire's in the wall. ARCA or trucks, and then you work your way here to Xfinity. Big crash with Spires, 37.
Ooh, and that's going to bring the caution.
32 involved in that as well.
Yeah, Spires hit the wall, came down on the 32. It wasn't terrible, but it definitely does earn the caution there.
And then the Rainbow Bright car there, 32.
Yeah, Spires is hitting the wall quite a few times.
Yeah, he's bounced off of it a few times, hasn't
he? He's denting up that Miller Lite can.
2007. Yeah, the Rusty Wallace, speaking of Miller Lite, Rusty Wallace with the track record here back in 2000 ran a 23-167. That's moving. That guy was always great at Bristol and Rockingham, Dover, a lot of your short tracks, as well as some of your intermediate stuff. That guy was something else.
Yeah, he could just drive anything. He was good.
Looks like the entire field is going to be coming down into the pits.
Yeah, I think it's time.
Yeah,
20 laps in this thing.
You might as well.
Joe Archer stayed out. Makes sense because he was just in the pits, probably trying to get a lap back.
Zach joining us on YouTube saying he's been enjoying the races that have been put on this season. We sure appreciate you watching, Zach. And Upgraded Arts says, I heart Gary Sack in all caps. Gary Sack with an admirer out there.
Man, what a fan club Gary's got.
Excellent. And Nickel Motorsports Racing Team. Love the Earl Ross throwback paint on the 56, man. Yeah, that's probably my favorite paint out here on the field today. Just because it's unique, you know? Nobody else ran that paint scheme. And cool way to honor Canada's most successful Cup Series driver.
I like the Pepsi. Thomas Stanley's driving that Pepsi car.
Motorsports letting us know that Earl was actually Rob Nichols' boss up until he passed away back in 2014. So, interesting tidbit there. A little connection to the league. That's pretty sweet. Cool.
Greg Klein's got some damage on the front end. Did we see anything that happened to him?
I didn't see Greg touch anything.
Yeah, me neither.
how bad is the damage on the front end of that machine?
Yeah, I mean, it's a short track, so it'd probably be all right as long as he's not down on power.
Don't need to let that engine get hot either. He'll be watching those temps for sure. Or if I'm a little off my game tonight, still recovering from my birthday yesterday. Oof.
You are off your game.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. You are not. I'm not feeling it from you tonight.
You're
So you
popping
had a
off or something.
birthday? What
Yeah,
did you
happy
do?
birthday, Alan.
We didn't do much.
Did you pop some bottles?
Oh, there was a let's just say there was a keg of 10% beer there, and
Ooh, that's not a good combination.
oh man, yeah, a few of those, and
You
kind
probably
of lose
thought you were,
track, especially if you're sitting in a lawn chair most of the night, and then
yeah. Then you stand up and you fall over probably.
yeah.
But you can't drink that 10% stuff, man. That
Oh
stuff
man, it
is.
was crazy.
All right, hang on, let me. Where are we on the track here? This is my turn to go. Looks like we have
About
how-
just about there.
yeah, what's
Coming out
interesting
forward.
is Spires is up in the
It's-
front row here.
I don't think he came into the pits. That's how he's on the front row right now.
Well, Francisco's on the inside line. Spires is on the outside. Davy's back there behind him. See what
Davey
happens here.
immediately trying to go around here.
Yeah, huge jump by Francisco as well. Davey did get slowed down. As he's having a really good run. With Grosso's pretty close behind him. Davy's got
Ooh,
around all that
Spires
mess.
and all.
Yeah,
Big
Spires
wreck
probably-
in the back.
All
All right, big wreck. Yeah, number one is involved in a wreck too.
Oh, Greg Klein's spinning, trying to avoid stuff.
Yeah,
Hold
big-
on to it, Greg. Good save by the 92.
Man, that didn't bring out anything. Huh. Looks like still 113 and the 73 are having a little battle with Angel behind them.
These
Yeah,
guys come back around. They'll get
There's your
grouped as
caution.
the now the yellow flag's out.
There's your caution. That was Gerby. Something happened to Gerby there. In the 69 machine, but there probably should have been a caution before that with all the
Yeah,
other.
I'll never understand how sometimes iRacing really needs to throw one. It doesn't get thrown.
Well, we got one nonetheless, and I think that's going to
Yeah.
help. Like Greg Klein, who kind of got into a little action there. I think
Yep.
I think it was with Ricketts. There was multiple incidents on that restart. Cold tires,
Yeah.
old tires, whatever.
Yep.
you
Cold
name it.
tires. Yeah, exactly. Oh man, Gerby hitting the wall hard on the
He
inside.
did. He really did. I'm going to try to look what happened to Greg. Greg just kind of got sideswiped, it looks like. Let's see what happened to Spires. Spires hits the wall, like you said. Oh, then he turns Greg Klein, then Ricketts gets involved. So that was really on Spires, that first incident. And then we got Ricketts collected, and Tony Fry, and Greg Klein.
Looks like the Chicken Man will get a lap back here. Joe Archer. hit
Well,
the
he
way
may
around.
be back on the lead lap the way things are going for him. Or
And
close
that's
to it.
going to bring out the second caution of the night. We're coming to about lap 30 out of 130.
Oh,
right
God,
now.
Thanks for making such a great forecast. So 100
It's not
laps to
gonna be good.
go.
Let's hope they don't hold this this pace of cautions.
I know Gary's got something to do after this. He don't want to be hanging out with us.
I wouldn't hang out with us either.
I don't want to hang out with us, and I do.
Oh, mercy.
Yeah, I think that was one of those cautions breed cautions. I think Spires. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't think he should have been starting where he was. I don't think
Yeah,
needs to be up
I
front with those guys.
it's
Just
a real
I
gamble
think
there.
he made a
It was.
mistake not pitting there. He might have intended to pit, but forgot to come down pit road or something like that.
yeah. and
I'm
it
not
could've,
too
and-
sure what happened.
and maybe he was just trying to let everybody around him, but it was ugly from the jump because Davey was trying to get around him. And hey, lesson learned. Nobody got killed out there. I think all the cars are pretty much drivable. I don't think anybody's in too bad a shape.
And Davey on that restart was doing his dead level best not to wreck Spires and also to not get a black flag for passing him on the inside before they got to the start finish line. So you could tell he wanted to get around him as quick as he could, but you definitely catch a black flag doing that if that car in front of you doesn't take that start finish line first.
I do like Spire's paint job, but it looks like one of the cans I had over the weekend. I just crushed, put it in the can crusher. He's got that thing kind of bent up right now.
Has Spires disconnected, or did he tow? Because it's showing him in the
manually
pits.
Disconnected. He is manually disconnected. He is out.
I wanted to take a look at his car.
Aw.
Yeah. He was having a rough one, looks like.
Yes.
Upgraded Arts. Upgraded
I
Arts
was talking
on
to
YouTube letting us know that Gary's trying to hit the club after this. That's why he's fancy to get out here. Go ahead, Gary. Sorry, man.
I was talking to Matt Spires before the race, and he was also saying this is not one of his favorite tracks either. So, could have just been this isn't a track that he's great at, and just causing that whole thing to happen.
Yeah, well, he paced the cars down. Gary, take this one away.
Alright, pace car is off. Francisco Villarreal with the early jump on Joshua Grosso. Davey Hendricks going to follow Francisco through underneath of Grosso, but I believe Grosso's going to get the run coming off the corner. They're still side by side. Davey gets a huge run on the inside coming in at 3 and 4. He's going to slide up in front of Grosso.
Yeah, and Francisco's had some really good, clean restarts.
Yeah.
I guess it pays off when you're kind of leading the thing. But Davey looks like he's kind of now got his eyes back set on Francisco. So this should make for some fun racing here up front.
Harmon in the 73 kind of playing it safe there in the last couple of turns, letting the 23 of Grosso get a little bit farther ahead of him and letting the 42 of Angel Hernandez slowly catch him. He'll slide up the racetrack a little bit farther than he wanted to there, I believe. 42 is going to be looking for a way around him here in the next couple of turns, I think. Harmon just trying to take care of his race car, trying to take care of his tires too, I believe.
Yeah, he is, but right behind him, Angel Hernandez. We know how good he is.
Yeah,
driver.
And Angel's playing with a couple of different lines. They're kind of trying to scout him out and see what he's going to do.
I think Angel's trying to save his tires. He's one of those guys who... Angel's good on the long run. I think...
Oh, yeah.
If we could get a good green flag run where the tires start to get real worn, you'll see Angel start to pick up a few spots on that long run.
Angel passing a bunch of cars here tonight so far. He's up 7 positions. Sitting right there in 5th.
Oh, speaking of Matthew Spires, what sucks for him, he was in the chase here, so I'm going to guess he might be eliminated with what happened tonight. Yeah, you never know. We'll see how it shakes out. I'm back here in the rest of the field here. Just kind of going at it. We're going through the motions right now. It's like Isaac Wilson is trying to get racy with Tony Fry. We'll see how that works out.
I want to also take an opportunity to mention the sponsor for the Xfinity Series this season has been Joe Archer, Joe's Design Shop, over on Facebook. Go check him out. He paints race cars. He's a great graphic designer. If you need a logo design for a small business or something like that, give him shoot him a message over there on Facebook. Go like his page, Joe's Design Shop, over there on Facebook.
And he has a bunch of chickens.
Oh yeah, he's got that other page as
Yeah.
well, Farmer Joe's Chickens.
Yeah, no, that's the best one. I love that.
Oh, I love that page.
Yeah, man, you get to see him work the chickens, and hopefully he's going to have some zebras soon or some kind of fighting animal.
Well, the cool thing over there on his Facebook and on YouTube, he had a camera set up on a big incubator, so you got to watch his. He was hatching out a bunch of chicks here. This is a few weeks ago, but it was just amazing to just sit there and watch it. It reminded me of when I was a kid when we raised chickens.
Hey, a good battle here, Isaac Wilson and Tony Fry. They're kind of going after each other here. We'll see who prevails.
Greg Klein trying to pick who to be behind there, and it looks like he's going to choose the right guy. And Isaac Wilson is. They both make the pass on the number 6. Tony Fry and that number 6. He's got a little bit of front end damage too, and a little bit of damage on the rear end. Aero not real important here. Although they do hit speeds in excess of 160 miles an hour. So I'm not going to say it's not important, but it's not near as important as your handling here.
Yeah, and a good battle with Tim Harmon. Looks like Tim Harmon, Eric Warman, and Angel Hernandez. 4, 5, and 6. Hernandez hits the wall. That kind of slows him down. So the 113 of Eric Warman gets around him.
Joshua Grosso, he's putting the pressure to Davey right now. He's trying to chase Davey down. He gets a much better entry into the corner than Davey does, but Davey just gets that run off. I'm going to go on board with Joshua Grosso while he's chasing down Davey.
Well, that ought to be pretty fun. I really think Davey's just kind of hanging around, playing around. As long as he stays close, he'll be within striking distance at the end. There's just too much in that Eminem's Toyota.
Hey, yes, sir. They're running the Supra.
That was a cool car.
Here in
About
Xfinity.
what year was it? Like 80s. And I think they brought it back.
I saw one today, as a matter of fact.
What did you think?
I was riding around town. I mean,
Yeah, it doesn't do that much for me.
the spoiler in the back looks like a tone. It's weird. It's weird
Yeah,
looking to me.
It is
I think
weird.
the front end up is pretty nice looking.
Ooh, looks like lap traffic is up ahead of Francisco. That's going to be Giberson in that strangely weird rainbow bright paint scheme.
That was an old cartoon or something, wasn't it?
I don't know. I didn't ever see it. Maybe.
I was busy watching Thundercats and Dukes of
Yeah.
Hazzard.
G.I.
18.
Joe. Ooh,
Yeah,
the
G.I.
A-Track.
Joe.
Yeah.
Remember the Highwaymen? You remember that one? That was a weird show.
I don't think I do, actually.
It was like
Grosso is
post-apocalyptic.
Go ahead.
Airwolf. You remember Airwolf?
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Whatever. Talk about throwback stuff. You might as well talk about the old TV shows.
Yeah. Smokey and the Bandit movie. That was a good one.
Ooh,
Grosso's really
Grosso.
good at that. Yeah.
He almost put the bumper to Davey. He's
Yeah,
within
Davey wouldn't be
striking
happy.
distance.
Davey may come out of Florida and fight somebody for that if he gets turned.
All the way,
So-
head all the way up to Wisconsin.
Well, Davey's actually in the next round regardless, so I don't think. I mean, he'll be upset, but he's at least secure into the next round.
Grosso looking to the inside of Davey Hendricks. Grosso's gonna slide up a little bit. We'll see if he's able to get the run coming out of the turn, which I don't think he's gonna be able to, but he's gonna have another go at him coming in turns 1 and 2.
remember when Scooby Doo would have like guest stars on there? See,
Oh
like
yeah.
you turn it on one Saturday morning, you see Jerry Reed and the Harlem Globetrotters are trying to
No,
help them solve a mystery or
that was
something.
my favorite Scooby Doo
Oh, was it?
version when they had Jerry Reed on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. Something about a ghost at the Ryman. I don't know.
I don't- Oh man, yeah, a little bit of getting racy up there between the 23 and the 81.
Mm-hmm.
That's some pretty close. It touched fenders there for just a split second. They're trying to tempt the netcode gods with that kind of close contact.
That's exactly what I was thinking. They were so close that thought the computer may catch up to them, but
G
looks like
joining
they
us over
survived.
on YouTube. Matt and Gusty,
All righty.
appreciate you watching. Go ahead, turn it. Didn't mean to step on you there.
Oh, I wasn't talking
I
about
was
anything.
excited to see Matty G join us.
I almost want to go back and watch a Scooby Doo episode with Jerry Reed.
I bet you can find it somewhere.
Oh, YouTube has everything.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Nick at Night on demand or something, maybe. I don't know.
That's true. Let's see what else we got. What other battles here? Greg Klein and Stephen Davis are having a little battle. Looks like Greg Klein is trying to pass him here.
He's trying to run the 85 down. He just can't quite get to him.
I wonder if he's down on power at all.
It looks like Greg Klein has a bit of right front damage. That's gotta be affecting his arrow. Ooh, and a little contact behind him with Isaac Wilson and Michael Giverson.
Okay, there's a little battle there.
Fry moved to the outside of the 93. Looks like he picked the wrong line to be in, though, as the 32 lifts. Of course, the 6 had to lift and then move down the track.
That
Trying
might
to
be
close the gap on the 93 there.
a pretty good little battle between the 6 and the 93.
Tim Harmon looking to the inside of Eric Warman. That's going to be for the 4th position, but could not complete the pass coming in turns 1 and 2.
I do remember when Tim Harmon first started in this league and was given a chance on one of the ARCA teams. He's improved greatly. He's really become a really good driver and one of our consistent guys. I mean, he's consistently putting in good finishes.
And that's what this league is kind of about. You
Yeah.
get in here, you might not have much experience, and a lot of guys will help you. And just being a part of the competitive nature of iRacing and in a league like this, you're going to get just a lot of, you're going to pick up a lot of skill just running
Oh,
these
for sure.
practices and fun runs and all the stuff they do here at Midwest Days of Thunder.
56 Earl Ross machine of Joe Archer got in the wall there a little bit. And the mac and cheese connoisseur himself, Justin Barkley, joining us on YouTube saying, go get him, Davey. He's out there pulling for the 81 tonight.
Oh, a couple Florida man
Yeah.
pulling for each other.
Pull for your own there.
Might as well. I probably could come up with the Florida man story here tonight. Let's see here. Looks like somebody's coming down. Joe Archer. Looks like he's had enough. Needs to hit the pits. He's pitted a little earlier last round anyway, so get it all fixed up there.
Did have a little bit of damage there, I believe, from his wall scrape.
Well, Davey and Grosso are just battling it out, and it looks like it's helping Francisco because he's put quite a few seconds on him.
Jason
Yeah, that is
Ricketts in the-
exactly. That is
Jason Rick-
exactly. That is exactly what Francisco's wanting to see. Is them fighting back there to try to get a good gap.
Yeah, it's almost like we just started this thing today. What were you saying, English?
It's talking about Jason Ricketts in the the Dawsonville Pool Room #1 machine. Trying to make a move on Rob Nickel, but not able to make it stick. Rob will maintain that position. It's back for 11th position.
Ricketts isn't blinking at the moment. That's always a miracle.
Yeah, some folks just don't have the. I live in town, so I mean, we got pretty steady, fast internet. I know a lot of folks don't live in town. So it's some folks not with the greatest of connections.
Some people probably still have dial-up.
Well, I don't know if I could go that far. At DSL, maybe. I still know folks around here that have DSL.
It's not, I thought that was good. It's not good?
It's good. 15, 20 years ago.
Well, Tesla's going to save us all with their internet. The
internet,
outer space internet, yeah.
Outer space internet.
Yeah, those are pretty cool stuff. I think it actually works. You can
Starlink, I think it's called Starlink.
Yeah, you can actually race on here with that.
Yep, Jimmy has that thing. Our mutual friend.
You ever get a chance to watch those satellites tied together in the sky? It's pretty impressive.
93 lost a lot of momentum there, went way up the track. I think some of these guys are starting to feel the tire wear from that last pit stop. It's been a while since they've been down pit road. Long green flag run here.
Yeah, I think it's been about 37 laps since they came down pit road, so these tires are definitely starting to get old. This is when that outside lane is starting to get pretty good for passing. As I've been watching Joshua Grosso and Davey Hendricks keep going at it. Joshua Grosso is trying to pass Davey Hendricks on the inside, but because of how bad the tire wear is, he has not been able to get a run.
Joe Archer has manually disconnected from the race, but he's joining us over on YouTube, making some comments. He said that he has Starlink, and he lives way up in the, you talk about way up in the boonies, Hudson Bay, Saskatchewan, Canada. It's way, way up there. You talk about almost the edge of civilization up there. He has Starlink, good old Elon internet, and he said it works really, really well up there.
Well,
so there you go.
What happened with him disconnecting here? He just kind of didn't feel like it tonight, or?
Well, maybe he could type in and let us know. I know he had
having a terrible race or anything.
No, he had a little argument with the wall of who
will
occupy that space.
We have those sometimes. I want to see somebody fight on here for real.
I saw him typing in YouTube. He just has no relationship with The Rock, so I take it he does not like this track very much.
Oh, there you go. I thought he was saying he wasn't related to Dwayne Johnson. That's what I thought.
Probably not either, but he probably needs to tend to some chickens, you know. Maybe purchase an emu or something, some kind of fighting animal up there. We want to see fighting animals on the farm.
I want to see something I can ride and joust somebody else. You think if you got a couple of emus, we could ride them and joust each other, you know, run at each other?
He'd have to get the ostrich. Grosso's really going after Davey here. Yeah, that would be fun.
Davey and Grosso fighting for second. 2.5 seconds behind Francisco Villarreal in the number 24. That's a cool old Darrell Waltrip throwback paint, that Mountain Dew scheme.
Well, the old crossover from Davey.
I'm Stanley, and that Pepsi machine's going to stay high and let the leader around. That's another cool paint, too, that old Pepsi machine.
Didn't Jeff Gordon run a Pepsi machine?
Yeah, he did years ago, I believe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Grosso almost looked like he bumped Davey there.
Yeah, Joe Archer also letting us know he hated the track and he didn't want to mess up anyone's race that's running in the playoffs still. And Tabor Mowry joining us over on YouTube. How you doing, Tabor? Welcome.
And
Glad you
you
could join us.
still check out Joe's design shop. Get your paint
Absolutely.
needs and all that from Joe. You might not want to finish this race, but he could paint somebody a car right now. He's got a little time.
Yeah, some people are just good with graphic design stuff. And you got a small business or something you need a logo design for or whatever, he can definitely help you out. Flyer idea or something like that. Whoa, Grosso really put the bumper to the 81 of Hendricks now. A couple of Supras going after it there for second place.
On some traffic and a little bit of blinking ahead of them, so they got their work cut out for them.
That's the last thing you want to see when you're fighting somebody for position is lap traffic coming up. And 32 giving them all the room in the world, though, getting way up by the outside wall and lifting. 32 of Mike Giberson. What great sportsmanship being shown there.
Looks like the same thing's happening. Well, Grosso's coming on down to the pits.
So maybe this is where we're going to see them start to trickle down here. Come down to get some fresh rubber.
Yeah, they need it right about now.
Some early pit strategy. We'll see. I believe here in a few laps, we'll see the Francisco and Davey come in the pits as well.
Hey, we're talking about lots of big life stuff happening for him here recently. Want to kind of slow down, and I'm telling you, man, it's going to be a long time before it slows down for you, buddy. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, I wish I could slow it down. Clock is ticking. Always stuff to do, too much going on. Guess that's part of the rat race here we're all in.
That's what it is. Eric Warman's going to continue to lead a couple laps here, at least until we see everybody cycle through. Yeah, Tabor, we know Francisco does run Road to Pro. We pick his brain quite a bit, all we can anyway, especially when we're broadcasting with him on Friday nights. Friday Night Cup Series for Midwest Days of Thunder every Friday night. Same bat channel, same bat time. But he provides so much insight. That guy is he's a wealth of racing information. Whoa, the 42 gets into the 69, and then he gets into Harmon.
There's your
Yellow
caution.
flag is out.
That wasn't pretty at all.
Wow.
Ooh.
There's going to be some upset folks after that one, I believe.
See what happened back here. Hernandez bumped Gervey, who took out the 73. So I'm going to put that one. Kind of Hernandez, I think he probably wasn't judging how fast he was coming up on Gervey.
No, and it might have been a situation where Gervey might have been trying to stay out of the way. He is 22 laps down. He was probably just trying to stay up high and stay out of the way, and he probably lifted more than Angel Hernandez thought he would.
I think you're right. He was just trying to stay out of the way, and I think Hernandez probably just misjudged what was happening there, and unfortunately, Tim Harmon got banged up a little bit, but he should be okay.
I need to look and see the front of that Mark Martin number 42 Winn-Dixie machine to see if he's got any front end damage from that contact.
Oh, he does.
He does on the right front, yeah. Quite a bit there.
Yahtzee.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that affects him too much here.
Looks like Angel Hernandez is giving Ricketts the old bumper under caution here.
Yeah, he's staying close to the one of Ricketts here. Very, very, very close. Change my camera back to where it was. Yep, cool throwback Monday night race here. We still got a lot of racing to do. 130 lap feature tonight. We'll get back to green here probably around lap 85, 86 probably. One of Ricketts coming down to the pit lane. So it'll be interesting to see who gets the lucky dog here. I believe it'll be Greg Klein in the 92. He was not involved anywhere in that incident, so he should get that. And he was ahead, I believe he was ahead of the one of Ricketts at the time, and the couple other cars that were a lap down. And Ricketts, even if he was in line for it, he wouldn't have got it because of the contact made from the 42 under caution. He would have lost that. That's something you really got to take into consideration and think about when you're under caution. And if he was the lucky dog, he would have, that would have made him ineligible for the wave round there. I don't have any live timing up, so I can't tell you when these guys pitted last. But I know we're not going to have everybody come down because a few guys came in before that caution and got tired.
No, Angel got your lucky dog. I didn't even know he was a lap down.
I believe he's one of those that pitted right before the caution came out. So he ended up losing a lap. So he'll have to go to the end of the longest line. Well, as the pace car comes back around again, the lights are out on that very ambiguous pace car.
All right, getting back to
right
action.
along here with the leaders. Pace car is down. Francisco Villarreal will lead him. He is the control car. And a great restart out of the 24. And he's already clear of Hendricks in the 81, should he choose to move up the track here. And looks like he will on an exit of 2. Well, Adam, you did call it. You said we'd be seeing these guys fight each other up front. It took a little while for them to get back together up here, but here they are.
And don't count out Joshua Grosso just yet, because he was showing a lot of speed on the long run when he was racing with Davey Hendricks. Oh, and the one of Jason Ricketts spinning around in the back.
Yellow's
I believe that's
again.
going to bring the yellow out.
Yep, yellow's out. Looks like it was just a case of not having the tires quite up to temp and pressure yet. Lost it coming out of 4 there.
Yep, that's exactly what it looks like. He got loose coming out of 4 and could not save it.
Well, he probably has some mandatory repairs he's got to have. Yep, he has a meatball flag, so he'll bring that Toyota Supra down and get some repairs done on pit road. No fast repairs here, so he might be sitting there a while.
Cold tires.
Yes, sir.
Well, he tore that thing up. He lost the whole front clip.
Absolutely did. So, Jason Ricketts manually disconnected. He just had too much damage there. It was probably going to take the rest of the race to fix that mandatory those mandatory items that they make you fix before you come back out on the track. So he'll call it a night. The driver of the one, Dawsonville Pool Room Machine.
I
Still plenty of cars
believe,
out on the track there, Gary.
with the caution coming out, that's gonna put us with 40 laps to go. Seems like the run these guys are able to get on fuel and tires is around 30. Unless you're able to stretch it for 10 laps, I think these guys are gonna have to come down into the pits again.
And I'm not sure we're done with the cautions either. So I mean, if anything will help you stretch some fuel mileage, it's yellow flags.
Yeah, that's correct. And then I think the first two were with the choose rule here up front. So we'll see. I think all night, I think Francisco's been choosing the inside line.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't think he would change that at this point.
And it really did work out for him during the last restart, especially. I think he's got the timing down pretty damn good on the restarts now.
Yeah, he's been a master of the restart here. Pretty impressive.
Tell you what, so that'll put Grosso inside row 2. And as you mentioned, Gary, he's been pretty quick all night, challenging a lot. Put the bumper to Davey Hendricks here a couple times earlier. Very fast in that 23 Valvoline.
The pace, the lights of the pace car are off, so we'll be growing green this next time by.
Very familiar front row here. Been seeing a lot last few weeks.
Yeah, no real change here. Looks like Francisco's gonna be on the outside. Davey Hendricks will be on the outside. Francisco will be on the inside. Grosso will be row 2 on the inside. Behind Francisco.
Eric Warman in the 113 starting outside row 2.
Yeah, he's having a good race as well.
Yeah, he's having a good night.
And you got Isaac Wilson and Rob Nickel there. Rob Nickel's kind of snuck up on us in that 88 and 6th position currently. So he's having a good one. Let's focus up front here and see what kind of restart we get with Francisco and Davey as they're in the restart zone. And it looks like Davey got a pretty good jump this time. Francisco's holding him off on the inside so far. Grosso's right there with him. Basically the whole race, this has been these three up front. Francisco really smooth out of 4 here. A little bumpy there in that turn 4, but looks like we had a pretty good restart.
Wilson in the 93 made a pass on Warman on the restart there. Tony Fry in 6 trying to look low on Warman as well. Not going to get it done this lap, I don't think.
I believe this is going to be an interesting race. I believe we're going to start to see a fuel mileage race here at the end. Coming down to around 35 laps to go.
Yeah, it would make it even more interesting if somebody ran out of fuel. That's always fun. I like it when that happens.
You know who doesn't like it? The guys that are running right behind them. Start losing that fuel pressure, starts to sputter. I don't like seeing that happen right in front of me.
No, you definitely don't. The 113 is really giving it to the 93 right now. So Eric Warman and Isaac Wilson, a little battle.
And on lap 93, Francisco Villarreal sets the fastest lap of the session with a 24.555.
Not as fast as Rusty, but getting there. He's getting closer.
Well, those cars were probably faster back then when
Yeah.
Rusty was driving them. It's like Eric Warman is trying to make the pass on a 93.
And that was in a cup car, too, so.
Correct.
Stephen Davis in the 85 had enough for tonight. He is also manually disconnected.
Ooh.
Oh, Wilson in the wall hard.
Yeah, I think
Sick will go around.
a lot of pressure put on him by the 113 Eric Warman. I don't know if that played into it.
Well, one thing's for sure, he's going to have some right side damage after that contact with that concrete outside wall.
Yeah, Francisco Villarreal just putting on a clinic right now. And that road to pro driver right there, you can kind of tell the way he's dominating this race that he has some skill here.
Yeah, Davey I think he's kind of metering himself right now. Trying to take care of those tires. You know, it's a long run game here, you know. Maybe he's thinking about a later strike. Trying to run up there and take that first position away. I mean, 0.6 of a second. It's not like he's way back or anything.
No, and Davey, I don't think there's no reason to really risk anything. He's already into the next round. Just get some laps around and get some points.
He's a competitive guy, though. He's going to do everything he can to win this race. He just doesn't want to win it right now with 30 laps to go. He's got a gap behind himself there to Grosso, so I think as long as he maintains his position, he'll be good to go later.
Davey could also be trying to save a little bit of fuel right now. I'm not sure if they're able to make it to the end or not. But Grosso's also not catching him either.
So maybe some guys lifting early, you know, clutching in, maybe trying to save some RPM, save some fuel. We know that can save some fuel on a long run. And let's face it, if you're close to making it, you're going to do everything you can to stretch it out, just in case you don't get another yellow flag. I mean, there's fewer and fewer cars running out there right now, so less guys to hit each other.
Yeah, that makes it less fun too. I want to see more people getting run over. That's my thing. I think you know by now.
Well, yeah. I think I saw an interview with Tony Stewart one time where he's talking about, well, why don't we just have half the cars run one direction and half the cars run the other direction? And we'll just keep doing that until, you know, everybody's wrecked. You know, the fans should love that, you know.
We would.
That was one of the
I
best
believe he also
post-race
said
interviews. Go ahead.
I believe he also said have them go one way the entire time, have them go the other way the entire time, and then face them against each other.
Yeah, he was a feisty man himself. Still is, actually. Looks like Isaac Wilson's now in a battle with Angel Hernandez and Tony Fry.
42 went a little higher than he wanted to, I think, there, but he's going to have a great run off the corner. He'll stay clear of the 93. Harmon looking inside now on the 93. Tim trying to use every bit of that racetrack down on the low side, going across the yellow line there. The transition a little bit forgiving here in places where you can cross that yellow line and use just a little sliver, a little part of that apron to kind of cut the corner and get a little bit better of a run. We've seen several drivers doing that tonight. You can't do that everywhere, that's for sure.
Well, this is gonna be your best battle right here with these Harmon and Wilson, Hernandez, and Tony Fry.
And Wilson just got into the back of the 73, almost sent him around. And right in the right rear corner.
Huh. Well, I don't think that's for position either. Harmon may be a lap down. And he is. Harmon's a lap down from those guys.
He has every right to fight for that position, though.
Yeah, he does. He kind of got knocked out for reasons that weren't his fault. So that's why he's a lap down here.
He was involved in that incident where, oh, there he's putting up Angel Hernandez there a little bit. Angel Hernandez actually hitting Gervey, sending Gervey down into the 73. All right, here we go. More contact with the 93. This time with the 42, sending the 42 into the outside wall. Well, now. I see some helmets and hands being thrown
Well,
here.
the 42 looks like, oh, he's not real happy. I can tell by the way he's driving the thing.
I can tell you right now, I do not think he's too happy with Isaac.
Yeah.
Yeah, you spent a lot of time racing and talking to Angel Hernandez, so.
We'll see what happens here. Maybe
Definitely need to keep at least one camera on this deal.
Joshua Grosso was able to get by Davey Hendricks for that second position.
Sure did. What a pass that was.
we're back here watching the mayhem, and all that stuff's happening in front of us.
Francisco's still with a good-sized lead. He's actually grown that lead to 1.6 seconds now on second place.
Hernandez looked like he passed Isaac. No incidents there.
So if Davey is out there saving fuel, and he can stay out here, we only got 15 laps to go. Coming up on 15 to go. If he's able to stay out, and Francisco and Josh did not save enough, Davey's got it.
Gilbert J and White Wolf joining us over on YouTube.
Thank y'all so much for watching tonight over on the YouTube channel. We know it's not the same look tonight. But, we're making do the best we can.
Yeah, Gary's bringing in all the fans.
Backup overlays that we got running. Gary doing all he can behind the board. The 6 in the wall hard on the back stretch.
Ooh, 88 and the 93. They're really battling back here, middle of the pack. I don't know what the fight's all about, but Rob Nickel in 88 is really coming after 93 right now. Isaac Wilson.
That's his team owner right there in the 93. So we got a little battle between teammates here for 8th position or 7th position.
Yeah, they're putting those cars very close to each other.
You just don't want to wreck each other. You still want to compete, you know. I don't want anybody racing for me that's not going to challenge for every point in every position that they can try to get.
Ooh, what happened to Davey there? Something happened to Davey Hendricks.
I'm not too sure. I'm going to go back and look. Looks
Rebecca
like
Smith joining us saying, "Get it, boys."
Looks like Davey's sent it a little too hard and almost got up into that outside wall, allowing Eric Warman to get around him.
Wow. Davey may just be playing it real conservative, like y'all were saying, trying to save fuel.
Well,
You
we're
have Rob
coming to
Nickel in that
around.
Looney Tunes machine, trying a different line, starting way outside as he tries to make the pass now on the 93. Go ahead, Gary.
Coming to around 9 laps to go here. Francisco Villarreal is your leader, followed by Joshua Grosso, Eric Warman, Davey Hendricks, and Greg Klein rounding out your top 5. Angel Hernandez, Isaac Wilson, Rob Nickel, and Tony Fry and Thomas Stingley will round out your top 10.
'88 continues to put pressure on the 93. Not sticking his nose in there quite yet. He loves kind of trying to do a diamond on these turns. Going way to the outside and trying to get a good run coming onto the front stretch. That's where he's making the best gains on the 93 of Wilson. It's coming out of 4 and going all the way around the tri-oval here.
Yeah, Isaac's kind of.
Isaac beats him going into 1.
Yeah, Isaac looks like he's got that car settled in and running some pretty good laps here. Doesn't want his teammate to get around him.
Michael Giberson, the driver of the 32, is done for the night. The Rainbow Bright machine.
Huh.
But here we go as we come down to it. We're counting down here. Just a few short laps remain. Davey Hendricks staying out on the track here still. I don't know if the other guys are going to make it on fuel, or if they've been saving as well. They might have just saved enough.
I think we're going to have enough fuel. Just have that feeling.
Well, as you mentioned, Davey's securely into the next round, so there's really nothing he really has to worry about out here tonight. Still would like to get a win, I'm sure, or a podium at least.
Well, and if you're anybody that's close to the cutoff, you're just trying to do everything you can.
Bob Nichols scrapes the wall pretty hard there on the backstretch. Able to keep it clean though, able to keep it going in one direction there. I want to thank Joe Archer once again. Joe's Design Shop over there on Facebook. Need a car painted or a logo design, need some graphic design work done. Hit up old Joe over there. Send him a message on Facebook. Joe's Design Shop on Facebook. Sponsored all of the Xfinity series this year, so sure appreciate him. All the support he's given Midwest Days of Thunder League.
Well, we got around 2 laps to go. Francisco Villarreal has a pretty comfortable lead. Unless he messes up majorly here. I believe he's going to get your win tonight.
Yeah, you would think so, as he's got the white flag right here. So fuel doesn't look like it was an issue. Oh, well, he did cook that first corner. But he's all right. A little excited, probably.
The jitter's out. Just hit your marks, man.
Yeah, at this point, that's all you have to do.
And Francisco Villarreal is going to be your winner, followed by Joshua Grosso, Eric Warman, Davey Hendricks, Greg Klein, Angel Hernandez coming out of turn 4. Isaac Wilson. Ooh, drag race between Rob Nicole and Tony Fry. And Thomas Stanley rounding out your top 10.
Finish to that one. Eric Warman gets a podium. I'm sure he's pumped about that.
Looks like Angel Hernandez blew his engine. Thank God it was at the end here.
Yeah, you don't really want that happening with 1 or 2 to go.
No. Yeah, Francisco's doing a hard-earned burnout. That Mountain Dew car, I really like that car. It's good-looking throwback paint. Oh, man.
So these guys get their celebrations are underway. Wait for them to get up in the podium chat channel so we can pull them in and interview them for their thoughts on the race tonight. Francisco did such a great burnout; he just blew it up. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it. He didn't need that anyway. That's the beauty of iRacing. You don't have to pay for that. So
That's right.
that's about a $50,000 problem if you did that in real life at minimum. Well, we got Francisco and there we got Eric. There's Eric Warman. Let's drag him up and give him a holler.
I will just say I'll grab him for you. Hey, Eric, it's the guys up in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Great job finishing in podium position tonight in third. You were battling it out with some of them guys right there in the top 5 all night. Is Rockingham one of those places you like to race, or is this one of those you just try to survive it?
Anything short track, I like racing. I rather run short tracks than anything else, to be honest with you.
Well, man, you did a good job of it tonight, staying close enough. I think Davey was just wearing that car out, and somehow you got the best of them there at the end. What was it like hanging out with those guys all night?
To be honest with you, yeah, I wish I would have got up there a lot sooner. There was a couple of times where I felt like I got held up by some other guys and just kind of had to bide our time to get around them. So I do feel like I maybe left a little bit out there on the track, but hey, it's racing. It is what it is.
Yeah,
Awesome, man.
third place finish, man. Congrats. You got any shout outs or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely want to thank GGR for bringing me up, Eric's Wacky Racing, and you guys for putting on the show, and Midwest Days of Thunder for putting on the league. You guys do a heck of a job.
Appreciate it, man. See you next week. Where are we going next week?
Daytona Road Course.
Oh, Lord. Talk
Yeah.
about that one. You like Daytona Road, or
If it's like
it's not a short track?
if it's the old layout for road, I don't mind it. But that new, what is it? That new chicane or bus stop on the front stretch, man, I think they just ruined the racetrack doing that.
Thanks so much, man. Congrats on the P3.
Yeah, you guys have a great night.
All right. Josh Grosso joining us. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Josh Grosso, driver of the 23. It's the guys up in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I do.
Man, you had a fast machine all night. We saw you up there mixing it up with Hendricks, and a couple of times putting your bumper right on his, letting him know, hey, man, I'm here. And you had a really quick car. I think he made a pass on Hendricks before anybody else did that last little stint. But talk us through the race, man. Was it fun for you?
Yeah, it was really fun. Battling with Davey is always really fun. It was a lot about tire saving. Managed to save my tires pretty well. Wasn't really any concern with fuel with how many cautions we had at the end. We were like 5 laps over, something like that. Didn't really need to do any fuel saving. But yeah, overall it's pretty fun.
Yeah, well, it showed because you were on the bumper at Davey most of the race, and then You ended up winning that battle. Second place. Francisco kind of ran away from everybody there, but you had a heck of a run. Good job.
Thank you.
Well, you got any shout outs or anything you want to get out there before we let you go?
My team, No Toad Motorsports, my owner Gary Sargent. I think that's about it.
All right, man. Well, good luck next week at Daytona Road.
Thank you.
All right. On to our race winner, the driver of the 42 car, Francisco Villarreal. How you doing, Francisco? Great win out there tonight. Kind of talk us through your race tonight, because as usual, it was the Francisco and Davey show there for a little while, but you started kind of putting it on them, and Davey kind of lost a couple spots there close to the end. Um, you know, fuel strategy. Did you have any kind of fuel strategy there towards the end? We just talked to Grosso, and he said, he was 5 laps to the good.
Yeah, my fuel strategy was actually pretty good. With all the cautions we had, I was just holding the clutch, shutting off the car, saving fuel, and I was good to the end. Um, I was joking around with them, saying I wasn't acting like I was saving fuel, but it was yeah, the fuel was good. Strategy coming into this race was just run my race, see if just if I could finish, and then once I saw I was starting second, I figured at this track with the way it is, get to first and just try and put a gap because it is hard to pass, especially on older tires. And I know Josh was running pretty good and a little bit faster than Davey, but he was having a really hard time getting around him. So I knew if I could get to clean air, it'd be a solid race for me.
Well, it was a solid race in the 24 car, not the 42, Mr. English.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Louisiana. You got the
Yeah,
Louisiana
I
reading
said the number wrong. Sorry.
backwards. But no, Francisco, all that road to pro and all the driving you do, you think it obviously helps when you come in here to a track like this. A short track, man, this is kind of a driver's track. You kind of have to do a little bit extra here to win.
We'll say it helps me just a little bit, and the only reason I say that is because I put in a lot of practice at a lot of different tracks. So especially in these cars, I don't drive the Xfinity cars too often. The only time I drive them is really in this league. So I I try and get a little practice in, and if a track's there that I see coming up, I'll put a little bit of practice. This week I didn't get a chance to put too much practice in because of school, but um overall, I think just learning how to save my tires and just knowing what kind of works, what doesn't, pay attention to your other drivers, see what they're running. Because the line I started to run was actually Josh's. He was running a little higher than me in 1 and 2, and I was sticking to the bottom, and I was seeing he was getting a good runoff. So I just kind of mimicked his line about halfway through the first run, and it was good enough to pull away.
Always an option is learning from what you see other drivers do. And I mean, no matter how many laps, you practice somewhere, sometimes it behooves you to kind of take a little away from what somebody else was doing. And that's something a mature race car driver does. Talk about next week. We're going to Daytona Road. We know you pretty decent on road courses, aren't you? What about Daytona Road? That's gonna be an animal.
Uh, Plan there is just stay on track, keep the car clean, and just be there for the finish. Because then after that, we got Bristol. So if I could get a decent finish at Daytona Road Course, I should be set up good for Bristol. So main plan there is I don't got the speed to win that race. So I'm just gonna go out there, drive around, and hopefully get a top 5 somehow.
Well, congrats, man. You won this one. Do you got any shout outs or anything like that?
Yeah, shout out to TMJ. You got Thomas, Angel, Joe, Michael, all those guys. Uh, Josh as well. They've been awesome. Shout out to my gaming org, the Leviathans. Always supporting me, showing the love, and also, shout out to y'all for putting on this broadcast. Shout out to MDOT for putting on the race. It was fun. I always have a blast running these cars. Gives me a little more practice. So, but yeah, shout out to everybody.
Well, congrats once again on the win, and we'll see you in the booth up here with us on Friday.
Sure thing. Sound good.
Well, Gary, what'd you think about that? It kind of meet your expectations. That was something else. So we did get a few cautions, but I mean, overall, we saw some good battles out there. And Gary's not here anymore, I guess. Adam, what'd you think about it?
Well, Gary's trying to get to another race. I know that. I thought it was a good little battle. We had some battles all over the place. Let's knock this one out of the park and put it to bed. What do you say?
Well, let's put this thing to bed and go over the finishing order here and let everybody know where their favorite driver finished today. Francisco Villarreal in the 24 car. I got it right that time.
Yeah.
Is your race winner. The 23 of Grosso, Joshua Grosso. What a solid car all night long. Started on the pole today. Loves. He's one of those guys. It doesn't matter where he's at. He's really having a good time out there and really enjoying it. Eric Warman finishing out your podium tonight in the 113 machine. Loves the short tracks. I wish he's one of those guys. I bet he could run a short track every week if they'd have one available. So started back in sixth, rounds out your podium today in third. Davey Hendricks in the 81. Strong race from him all night. Slipped a little here towards the end. I don't know if it was he just thought he might be a little close on fuel or what, but the 81 of Hendricks in that Kyle Busch paint finishing in fourth. Greg Klein in the Fat Guys Burger Bar machine in the 92 finishing in fifth place, up a bunch of spots, man. He started way back at 13th place and still snagged the top five. Angel Hernandez in the 42, the Winn-Dixie Mark Martin throwback paint, started back in 12th, finishing right there in sixth place. Seventh place will go to the 93 of Isaac Wilson. Rob Nickel in the 88, finishing right about where he started right there, finishing in eighth place. Tony Fry in the sixth, finishing. Thomas Stanley in the seventh, that catchy looking Pepsi machine out there, rounds out your top 10.
73, Tim Harmon Tree Shaker Machine, 11th. 32, Michael Giberson ended up 12th in that rainbow. I think he was a rainbow bride. I can't remember. 69, Michael Gervey, 13th. 85 is Stephen Davis, 14th. The number one, Jason Ricketts in the Dawsonville Pool Hall car, 15th. Our buddy from Canada there, Joe Archer. Joe's Design Shop in the 56, ended up 16th. And the 37 of Matthew Spires in the Miller Lite machine ended up in 17th.
Well, we appreciate all of you joining us over there on the YouTube, being a part of the conversation as we stream this deal on Monday nights for the Xfinity Series. We'll be back with you Friday with Francisco doing the Cup race. And we appreciate our sponsor, Joe's Design Shop, Joe Archer, over there on Facebook. Go give his page a like. He's got a lot of examples of cars he's painted, logos he's designed, all kinds of stuff. So definitely go hit him up over there on Facebook. Joe's Design Shop, the title sponsor for the Xfinity Series all season long. So go over there and show him some love. We just got a few short races to go here as the playoffs are really getting into gear now. We have cut a few drivers tonight, but join us next week here on Monday night for Daytona Road Course with these Xfinity stock cars. But until then, I'm Alan English for Gary Sack and Adam Turner down there on the pit road. Thanks so much for listening to us tonight, and we go.
See ya.